welcome back to Hand Collectibles for another fan home review and tutorial. As always, please do hit that bell notification, please do like and subscribe to the channel, it really does help us out. And as you can see, yes, finally we are back on with the Nissan Skyline. Now I'm going to try as hard as I can now to get this finished, now that replacement parts are in hand. So without further ado, we're going to move on with issue 102. We've got issue 102 and then we've got issue 102's parts. So I believe we've got maybe some parts for the underneath, and then we've got a replacement part, another replacement part, but this is the top media unit that comes up off the dash. So I believe this top part is a little stiffer, so when it opens and closes it stays open, when you close it, it stays closed, and a couple of screws. So without further ado, let's have a look through the book, see what information we've got in here. So more about the All Japan Touring Car Championship Part 2, Racing Rio. There we go, wire fastening and light tests we're doing on this as well, it's pretty cool. There we go, taking the dash part back apart and then putting it back together. And we're going to attach the dash actually to the seating area. And we're going to tidy up some wires. Fit the grille, although I've seen people don't fit the grille yet, actually fit the body on and then do the grille after. So I don't know, maybe I'll do that. I don't know if I'll follow it like this or do it slightly differently. There we go, light test. I do have a Mike Lane connection set for this as well that I've bought, so it should make connecting the lights a hell of a lot easier. There we go, full light test of the inside and headlights. And then steering wheel. Then we're going to be fitting the steering wheel as well. Okay, so here are all the parts for issue 102 laid out, and as you can see, we've got the top media part, like airbag replacement top. We've got obviously these two struts that go on the bottom side of the car. We've got some CP screws, some AM screws, some CM screws, and some BM screws. So quite a lot of screws for not a lot of parts. So it's going to be quite an in-depth issue, I believe this one is going to be. Okay, something else which I'm also going to do in this issue. I'm not probably going to film this so much, so I'm just going to show you that I'm going to do it, and then I'll take these apart when I've got them though. But obviously I've got the replacement door, so as you can see the stripe is a lot lower on the door. The original door, so it sits quite high up, so the new stripe sits down here. I'm wondering if this is quite a tilted angle on this compared to the underneath. It looks like they've just tilted the top stripe, but maybe. I don't know, yeah, maybe. But obviously there's a lot on this door now to strip back off and then put this one on, so there's a fair bit to do around the doors. But yeah, we will do that off camera, so next time you'll see the door, it will be all the gubbins on this door, and I'll do both sides. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove this brace here. Turn this around a little bit. We'll just take this brace off which holds all this in. There's the brace out. Then we can take this out. There we go. And then I'm going to undo this as well. I need a smaller screwdriver to undo all that. Okay. Take the one off this side as well. This is like the bane of my life when it comes to part works. And you've got to take something apart that you've already put together. Okay. So that's that original top piece off. And we're going to bring in the new top piece, which is this one. I don't know what so much the difference is. Maybe the lugs are slightly bigger. And then we are going to reattach this. That KP screw back in. Okay, so we'll put the one in the other side as well. Line the lug up. A bit tighter. Move the screen back in. And we're going to attach this back on. Like so. Right, that's all that on. So now I can fit this back in the dash. Okay, so let's mount this back in the dash. Slide this back in. To where it goes. Like so. And then we'll line this back up. That one there. I'll do the one on the other side. There we go. Okay, so that's all the bracket back in. And yeah, you're right, it like now stays up, don't go down too much. Pretty cool. Yeah, do like that. We'll just angle that lead out the back a little bit more at that angle. Yeah, that's how that sits. I probably will have mine up in the car anyway. I will. Yeah, that's the dash part complete. Okay, so just going to move the dash to one side and we're going to bring this part, which we haven't seen for ages, back in, which has been sitting in a storage box awaiting to be put into the car. As you can see, I've got a custom carpet in mine. But what we're going to do is we're going to get all of these wires now, and then do this first. They're going to be tucked underneath here, like so. And then, as you can see, there are locating lugs here and here. So there's a hole locating lug, and then there's where this screw drops into. And we're going to be putting this in with CP screws. There we go. I'm going to get a CP screw from the screwdriver. And then there's a hole right down here, and there's one on each side. Here's one. And there's two. Make sure there's no wiggle room on the dash. No, there's not. I'm now just going to turn this over and we shall be able to see there is two leads on one side and two leads on the other. Actually, they don't go through there, they go over the top. That's my mistake. They go over there and then they drop over here and go down there, like so. And then these two will do exactly the same. They'll go underneath here, like so. And then they're going to go this way around as well, like that. Right, we'll go around that way. Right, now what I want to do is give this one not so much because it don't move, but definitely give this one a bit of slack so that it can open and close. There's a bit of slack on this wire so the media unit can open and close. Like that. And what we're going to do is we are going to UV resin these wires in place. Okay, so I'm just going to put a dab of UV resin right here, and then I'm just going to drop these two wires in the UV resin. Keep them nice and flat. As you can see, goes off, just holds them just tacked in place, which is where I want them. That's now gone off. Nice. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the other side as well. Go around like this way, and then I'm going to tack this with UV resin as well. Okay, so I've UV resined all the wires down to the underneath. Yeah, these two going out to this side. I'm not sure. It looks like they're putting the ones out that side as well. But yeah, that's where I've put all them now. UV resined them down so they'll stay in place and won't move about. Okay, so with that bit of wire management done, we've now brought this part back in. We've not seen this part for ages. And as you can see, it's the front bumper. I ain't actually going to put this on. I was going to hold off, but I'm going to put it on. This is the front bumper of the Skyline. So pretty cool. Look at that. Now what we've got to do is we've got to push these indicators out. Obviously we've been before. Now just going to push them out on this side. There we go. So we'll do that face down. That's that side, and face down on this side. That's that one. And there we go. That's the two indicators out. And then we're going to bring, I think, the main part of the body back in. Move that to one side. So now we're going to bring wire L and G, so they're pretty much the same, so they're the indicator ones. Obviously this is for your wing and this is for the front, so I believe we're going to want them probably going over here, not impeding this screw hole here, I don't think. And they've got to make it all the way to here. That doesn't really give you a whole lot of flex on these. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to tuck. You want the single or the double? Single, I think. Single one, not the double one. Goes underneath here. They're going to go across the top of this wheel arch. They're going to go here. I'll get the single one on this side. Now what we're going to do, we're going to bring the bumper in. We're going to tuck these lights that we need just through the two holes in the bumper, like so. Then we're going to go underneath here, underneath there. We don't want to trap any of these. Like so. Now I'm just going to have to lift this up a little bit. Get that in. Make sure I ain't got no wire trapped. There we go. So that's how that should sit. So they're going to go across the top of there. So make sure that you can pull these through like so. So they're nice and loose. Yep. And then what we're going to do, I think on the front, through where we poked these holes through the spotlights that we took these lenses out of, there is two screw holes in here to then attach the front bumper. Okay, so I'm just going to find the screw hole. Get that one going, and then I'm going to do the one on the other side as well. It's a little harder to see from this angle. There it is. Make sure these are nice and loose still. I'm going to go quite tight with the bumper. There we go, so there's no movement in it. It's all nice and loose still. Yep. And if I pick this up, kind of try and show you what we've done. Okay, so the next step is we're going to put these LEDs in these. Then we're going to insert these lenses back in. There we are. Try and push this into place. Okay, so the next job, so I've tacked these and I've just put some UV resin just to hold these indicators in place, just so they're out of the way of the screw holes, because obviously I don't want to nick them when I do this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take these 4 wires and they're going to go around here and then they're going to go down this gully, I believe out this side. So what we're going to do is, again with the UV resin, I might just tack these in here just to stop them moving about. Yeah. Right, so that's, I pretty much think that's all the wire management left to do on that UV light. So as you can see, I've run all these down here. These 2, I might just tack them now, because then they go that way over. They do. I think I probably will tack them in there with all them, so they're just out of the way. And got a little bit of UV resin there. Tack them down, because obviously then they go over to this side. As you can see, all the wires that go down through the gullies now, and then all these little Duplo connector ones all come out of this side here, whereas all your other wires now drop into the back of the car. Okay, so that's all the wires running to the rear, and as you can see, I've got them all connected up on the rear circuit board as well. And what we're going to do now is bring the main interior back in. Okay, so we're just going to bring the interior in and make sure all these, whether to get them all going like over there. Probably so. I'm going to drop this down. Like so. So that's that. That's where that goes. So that's all nice. That's where that goes. Probably actually have these all going that side. Like that. Okay, so that's the interior part in. Just make sure we got no pinch wires on the rear. No, they're all coming over that way. We should have 4 lights here. These are all going to go to the circuit board in the rear, like so. Okay. Now, putting this together, I broke my switch, but because I've had a couple of extra, because the switch is at a right weird angle, I mean, there might just be enough in there just to stop you snapping the end of this off. But what I've done is I've just moved the switch to the back, and what I'm going to do, I'm not going to fit the switch here. I'm just going to have it in the boot, because I won't ever turn it off and on. I'll just leave it on. But yeah, that's what happened to the old one. But I do have a new one, and it's connected. Okay, so that's I've not screwed it in place, but I've fitted the seating interior where it goes. As you can see, I've got all the connectors coming out of this side. Obviously this is your main connector. I've connected all the ones in the rear now as well, so I'll move this forward a little bit. See, all the ones in the rear are connected. I've also got this Mike Lane's connection kit to kind of make this as easy as possible. And obviously inside this kit you get these, which are going to be an absolute lifesaver, plus some extra connectors obviously when you're doing the top of the car to the boot where the circuit board is. Okay, just so you can have a look, so I've put all the black corresponding to the black side, all the red corresponding to the red side, so that's all these now attached. And obviously I've got the mic lane cable connector here as well, looking pretty good. And what I'm going to do is fit some batteries, and I think we're going to test the lights. Okay, so now you see I've got all these connectors connected up here with the mic lane connection. And what we're going to do now, I've got batteries in, and we're going to test everything. So we're going to go fingers crossed, lights on. Yes, at last. So we'll check lights off first. So top part of the dash, dials working, top part, center screen working, dials working. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lights on the inside, so all of them are working. Underlight at the rear working, underlight at the side working, underlight at the side working. Lift this up, underlight of the front is working as well. We'll just test the front lights. Yep, and yep. And then I think it's just indicators. There's one indicator, there's the other indicator, then obviously hazards you can put them both on together. You can see they're all working, and they're working on the front as well, both sides. Turn them off now. I think that is the only lights that we need to check on this part. So that's all them parts. The rest of it now is all lights on top. So what we're going to do, Mike Lane gives you these in his little pack as well. Tear this off, get the back off. There we go. And what we're going to do, we are just going to wrap some tape around these, stop any of them connectors coming out. What we'll do, we'll put 2 on it, one way, one the other. There's another one. We'll go this way as well. And there we go. So that's them all connected in the right place. Now what we can do is we can tuck these under this rear seating area, like so. And this is going to be bolted down like that, and then this we can then take up this wheel arch like it's meant to, because they were meant to sit there anyway. But now, because we've just got these wires, nice and easy, simple fix up in the back there. Really cool. Turn the lights back off again, on again. All works faultlessly at the moment. Really cool. Okay, so what's left to do is we're now going to just tack the interior down with CM screws. So one here, one here, one here, then one just a little bit further up. And we'll get these in where they're meant to go. And that will be the interior permanently in. Which has been a long time coming. We'll get that one in there, like so. that. Alright, I forgot to turn the light on. Okay. Put this side on as well. I have to just spin the car around. Being careful I don't knock anything off. Making sure I've not trapped any wires at the rear. Okay. Some reason they ain't lining up. Okay, just had to just wind them in a little bit. There's that. Pretty cool. That out a little bit. Okay, so that's all in there, done dusted. So that is now the interior in place. Where that goes, like I said, the switch that is meant to go underneath here I've taken out, and I've just got it here. I'm just going to tuck it in the back because I'm not overly fussed of whether I want to be able to switch it on and off all the time. Rather it just be permanently powered on all the time. I'm going to leave that in the rear. Okay, so here's just a little update on the doors, like I said I would in this video, before I get to the next video and we actually have to put the doors on. So as you can see, these are the old doors where the line is not so steep and it ends here. And then as you can see, these are the new doors where it line ends right in the corner. And this one looks pretty well much near enough identical. Doesn't look no different to that. So all I think Fanhome done have increased the line and the steepness of this angle to get it low enough so it meets the side skirt. Now, I've seen a lot of people moaning that actually this blue now is a different colour to this blue, which is then a different colour to the actual shell of the car. But I'll have a look at mine when I finally put mine on in the next video. As you can see, I just want to give you guys an update. So I've swapped all the doors back over, as you can see, with the windows all in, got all the speakers all back in, obviously all the new door shuts, all the new mirrors are on. But yeah, as you can see, you can definitely tell the difference between the two and kind of see what Fanhome got now. When you tilt the angle as much as I have, I'm now wondering how well this part will match up when it meets the actual shell of the car. But I suppose we'll have a look when we get to it. I don't really want to order another shell of the car and take all them bits off the car and put it on a new shell, which then might not even match either. So I don't know. That's a problem for a later day. Hopefully someone like Mike will do a custom set of decals, at least for the side of the Skyline, because the bonnet and the front bumper is fine. But yeah, maybe Mike Lang can do something with a decal for the actual side and rear of the car, so we can then put these on, and then it would alleviate all this issue anyway. I will insert a picture that I've taken of the fuel cap directly after I finish this little bit of video, and you'll see the fuel cap and what that looks like with the new decal on. That was pretty well much. I got it in place. I then took the fuel cap off. I then smoothed all the edges around on the fuel cap so it looks as good as the original one that obviously was already pre-printed on. But yeah, I mean the match is better, but you'll see that in the picture anyway. Okay, so now move on with the build. Okay, so the next step is to screw the steering wheel. So we are going to want, this goes on the back of the steering wheel, push fit. Right, that's the NOS buttons, and then this only go round one way in the back of here. It looks like it does, and it goes in one way, so that's that in there. And then you can put an AM screw right through the centre. You get real tight with this. It's going into a die cast part anyway. Okay, so that's that in, and now all that's left to do is put the cover plate on. There we go, look at that. And then we're just going to slide this down here. So it meets up with the rear part inside there. Okay, so that's the steering wheel in, and if you see right through, we can really see it too well, but right down here there's two little holes where we're going to put these two BM screws, and they connect the steering rack to the steering wheel. Okay, I'm just going to tighten these up. That's where these two screws are, right in here. So right at the end of the screwdriver where I've shown you, and that's the steering wheel connected. Okay, and that brings us to the end of this issue and the end of this video. We are edging one step closer to the Skyline being finished. Can't wait to have this out on display. But yeah, as always, please do like and subscribe to the channel, and your collection, your rules. See you next time.